Hey everyone, Peter Zion here, coming to you from CCM Studios in Denver, where we are about to start recording of the new book. The End of the World is just the beginning. It's been 3 years in production. We're finally going to print this week. We're doing the audio now, and it will be out on June 14. Now, for those of you who are new, I thought I'd give you a quick rundown on what it is we do here at Zion on Geopolitics. So we do a combination of geopolitics, the study of place, and demography, the study of age structures. Because where you are, where you live, where you operate determines a lot about you. And how old you are determines how you consume versus invest. You put these two things together and you get our work. And we peel out parts of it as relevant to this or that audience, whether it's tree fruits in Washington or heavy industry in Korea or electricity in the Southeast. We do a little bit of everything. Now, The End of the World is just the beginning is not our first project. We've got 3 others. The first one is Accidental Superpower. This came out about 8 years ago, and it's the first time we talked about this little thing called the Ukraine War. So, Second, this is my personal favorite, Absent Superpower, because we actually went into the conflicts of the future, one of which we called the Twilight War, which started with the Russians invading Ukraine. So you can find out what's there and what's next. The first one was published by Hachette. This one is a self-published because I was informed very clearly that countries don't invade each other anymore. And then finally, number 3, Disunited Nations. This one came out just before COVID hit, like in week -1. Kind of a bummer. Anyway, it talks about the countries that are going to dominate the future and the countries that we think of right now as being kind of the heirs to the future that actually won't. So it's more on the future success of places like Japan and France and Turkey, but also talking about why other countries such as Russia and China and Brazil just aren't going to make the cut. Now, those are the books. Like I said, the new one comes out on June 14. Now, there's just one other thing I want to throw out there. All the purchases of all the books in all the formats between now and June 1 are going to be donated to something called the AFYA Foundation. That's AFYA Foundation.org. AFYA provides medical assistance to the Ukrainian refugee community, free of charge. And they just work off of donations, taking medical supplies that for whatever reason hospitals can't use. They repackage them and send them over there. So 91% of all donations go to actually provide medical assistance. So pick up a book, make a donation without picking a book, whatever works for you. We already have about 6.5 million refugees in Europe that have fled the war, and there's at least another 6 million internally displaced people who are probably going to be fleeing before long because the Russians are literally destroying all the civilian infrastructure they come across. We're unfortunately only at the beginning of this war, nowhere near the end. Okay. That's it from me. Oh, one more thing. At the end of this digest, there will be a link to all of the work that we have done on everything with the Ukraine war going back to the month before the war. So you can get everything all in one place. That is really everything this time. All right. Thank you much. See you on the other side.